Hello guys, welcome back to another lovely trading video. In this one we're going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis on JD, JD.com, ticker JD. Reason for this is we did actually do a video on this, I believe, a week or two back when it was falling down to that third deviation around the $60 mark. We gave our price targets when we expected it to turn long. We can see these were very accurate, that we caught the exact bottom of the move. And now it has hit to our price targets. I thought we'd do an updated video to see now what we are looking at when we're looking at JD stock. So if you want to go back and check before we did the analysis, I think the stock was around $65 or so when we did the original analysis, saying $62, $61 will be the bottom. And then we had the main target of $72 or $71.50 because that's statistical mean, and we can see we actually came into that target today. So now we come into this target, we are now within the standard deviation standard deviation mean range. And when you're within this range, you don't look to open any trades or trade at all. Reason for this is you're taking on unnecessary risk. So you can see on JD, the first deviation on the mid deviation on the 4 hour is at $77, and on the daily chart it's $71.50. This is important to know because you don't want to be trading within this range, because a stock is always looking to reverse to its mean. So if a stock's within this range, you don't really know where it's going. It could go up, could go down, you're not too sure. So right now we're kind of waiting for it to break out of this zone, and when we consider it breaking out of this zone, if it falls, we're looking at $66. This will be our next buy zone. So if we're looking to get long, we want to be buying no sooner really than $66. Now if it continues up instead, we won't be looking to trade this until $83. You will be able to see there is a deviation at $80. If you're day trading this level, you could use, but for swing trades, it doesn't really provide enough reward compared to the risk. So we wouldn't be looking at that for a swing trade, but again, $80.50, that's perfectly fine. If you're looking to day trade, it will be a good day trading level. For swings, we're looking to trade it no earlier than $83, because the reason we look at these levels to start trading, for example, $83, we know the stock is going to try to reverse to at least $77. So then we have $5 of profit, which will be around 6-7% move. And again, for the same thing, if price comes down to $66, we know price is going to try and reverse to at least $71.50, because that's the closest statistical mean. So we always try and trade coming down to the deviations, and then we can trade to the mean, because that's where we know the stock's going to try and reverse to, or will reverse to, at one point in time. Obviously doesn't mean it has to reverse to that instantly. Could take weeks, could take months, and that's why over time you would have seen we turn this more into a swing trading strategy instead of a day trading one, because we can let time play out. But again, to the upside, $89.50 will be that next key level. If it comes to here, one, if you're long, to be looking in profits, or an area we'd definitely be looking to get short. Going that bit further, $95, $98, and then very extreme. Again, we don't tend to look at the fourth deviations. It's very unlikely for large cap stocks to go to that level, but if they do, 101 and 107 will kind of be our final targets at the upside. Again, you can be locking in profits at these levels, or you can be using these as shorts depending on how you trade. Now the same thing on JD to the downside. We will look to buy no earlier than $66. That can, again, you can take that as a choice, because you are limiting your upside, because there's not massive returns to be made. You can see it will have around 8%. Actually, that is pretty decent, so that works quite well. You will see the first deviation is also at $72. Why are we not buying that? Again, it's within the statistical mean range, so trading at that level just is very risky and unnecessary. We can be more patient, we can trade another stock in the meantime, or just wait for it to come down to this level. And then again, if it falls further, $60 will be that key one. Now $60, this is a level I really like. And this is where it originally came down to when we did the original analysis, and was the bottom. The reason for that is on the daily chart, you can see it comes down to that first deviation at that level. So you're oversold now on the daily, and then you're also on the 4 hour, you are at the third deviation. You don't tend to see large cap stocks go below or above the third deviation. It's very unlikely, and if they do, they correct themselves quite quickly. So once you see a stock, whether it's on the 4 hour, whether it's on the daily, doesn't really matter. Once you see a stock at the third deviation, if it's a large cap stock you believe in kind of long term, you know it's going to bounce, or you know it most likely this is going to be its bounce level. So that's why on JD that $60 level will be a key level for us. But if it does continue down for any reason, then we will also be looking at $53 and $45. Now the only thing to take into account with JD is what we did see strong signs coming into the original bounce level over here. You can see we did have a divergence on both the 4-hour and the daily, which is always a good sign trading long. So we would expect JD to actually push to the upper bound, and it looks like it will be coming more into a short bias trade, coming in from around $83 when we look to start getting short. And that's usually a divergence can be a good sign that it's more likely going to continue up instead of down, or obviously if the divergence is from the upside, then head downwards. So that's the overall breakdown on JD. I hope that gives you some insight into the stock, and if you are new more to the standard deviation channels, on how you can kind of use these levels for price targets. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one, and that's it. Peace.
I go dumb for that money, dumb for that money.